because I was doing a little strategy session with one of my clients, and we discovered a few new features inside of Zoom, which I thought I would like to share with you all. So my name's Anita Wong, and I'm a social selling strategist and digital coach. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 new features inside of Zoom, which will come in really handy for you if you are using Zoom to record your videos for perhaps YouTube, for your YouTube channel, or maybe for your LinkedIn account or your Instagram or your Facebook. So if you're recording using Zoom and perhaps you're actually sharing your screen whilst you record, then this feature is going to be really, really exciting. So if you are joining me and you do have a question, then do feel free to drop it in the comments. So what I'm going to do is, in order for me to show you some of these features, I have to share my entire desktop. Hi, Ria. I have to share my entire desktop in order for you to see what's happening in Zoom. Because when you actually record in Zoom, it doesn't show you some of the features. So hopefully it won't be too confusing. So what happens inside of Zoom is that you have to actually open up your Zoom account and share your screen. So perhaps you're doing a screen recording of maybe an app that you're using, or maybe you want to show like a PowerPoint or a tutorial or anything like that. You can do that inside of Zoom. So the first thing you need to do is, I'm going to share my Zoom screen with you, show you exactly what I mean by how you do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make my Zoom screen a little bit smaller so that I can show you all the features that you can use, and I can also still see me on the screen. So this is going to be a little bit clever. Okay, so you can see my actual inside of my live streaming tool. So I'm using Restream to do this, and I'm also sharing my screen in Restream. So just ignore the bit that's on the right hand side, you know, this bit there, just next to me there. What I want you to look at is the Zoom area. So the Zoom area on the screen is the bit that I want you to look at, okay? And what I want you to do, in order for you to share your screen in Zoom, is you need to click the green share screen button. So when you click that, it's going to give you this pop-up window, and you need to then choose a screen. So if you were doing, say, like a PowerPoint, then you could choose a portion of your screen, or you could use slides, or you could use video. You can also pull files in as well. But I just want to show you, if I was to share my Google Chrome screen with you, I want to now show you some of the added features inside of Zoom. So I only share my music on Zoom, yeah. So basically, if, for instance, you want to, say like I was doing a Zoom tutorial, a bit like what I'm doing now, and I wanted to highlight some of the things that were happening on the screen. I wanted my mouse to pop so that people could follow me. What I'd need to do is I'd need to go down to this annotation pencil just here at the bottom. And when I click on it, it's going to give me this other screen. So as you can see, I'm going to just move this up so you can see this screen, this bar here, gives you the controls for what you want to choose. Now, what you want to do is you want to click the mouse button here, okay? And then with that mouse button highlighted, you want to come over to where it says Spotlight. Then when you click Spotlight, you have 3 different options for your mouse. So when I'm talking about your mouse, I'm talking about making your mouse visible to those people who are watching your tutorial. So I'm going to put the Spotlight on. Now, instantly, you see my mouse has got this red around it. Now, that red means that when I'm talking to you saying you have to click host an event, I can move my mouse towards it. So that's the first option that you can do. Now, the second option is this nifty arrow. When I click the arrow, what it does is it puts an arrow. You see I'm moving an arrow around. And when I actually click the arrow, it actually puts a big red arrow with my name on it, which is really, really useful, because if you're showing somebody how to do something, you could actually use that. So I could clear that, just clear that drawing, click the mouse again, do the spotlight, click the arrow, and I could say, oh, you have to click the learn more button. And there you go. You see, I've got that arrow showing everybody what to do. Now, the other option inside the mouse, which is a new feature, is the Vanishing Pen. Now, the Vanishing Pen is in beta, apparently, but hopefully they'll keep it going. So when I click Vanishing Pen, what happens is it allows me to draw circles or arrows or anything on the screen, and they disappear seconds afterwards. So here, for example, if I click when you use Zoom, you need to use the sign in option. You see there, I've drawn that circle. Now watch what happens when I let go of the mouse. It actually disappears. I'll do it again. If I want to draw a arrow, I would do it, and then I would do the arrow, and as you can see, it just disappears. A circle, eventually it will disappear. So this is really, really useful, especially if you're recording what's happening on the screen. Now you can change the color by coming down here to the format. So you can change the color by clicking this format button, and there you can choose the width of the line. So you can make the line a bit stronger. So if I was to do my Vanishing Pen, now my line is thicker. I can also change the color. So I could change the color of my Vanishing Pen to match my brand if I wanted to. I can also change the width, so I could make it even thicker or even thinner. Then if you go back to your arrow, when you go to the format, again, you can make your arrow a bit bigger. So if I wanted to put an arrow in here now, it would be a bit bigger. And of course, the colors changed. So all really, really useful tools, especially if you're using Zoom to record your screen. And now the reasons that you would use this feature is that perhaps you are a coach like myself who likes to show people how to do things, and having the ability in Zoom to actually do this instead of using a third-party tool is really, really useful. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. So basically, just a refresher, to find these annotations, you go to the annotate button, you click the mouse button, you click spotlight, and you can choose between spotlight, arrow, and Vanishing Pen. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is just stop my screen sharing so that it's just me that comes up. So I hope you've enjoyed this super quick live, just all around these new features that I've just picked up inside of the Zoom communication. So if you're using Zoom as a tool to connect with your audience online, whether that's pre-recording video, going live with Zoom, sharing your screen, sharing PowerPoints, sharing video, sharing images, you can use the annotation mouse options to highlight the things that you are trying to show really well. Oh, great. Thanks, Catherine. So don't forget that if you have any questions and you're watching the replay of this, drop them in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, if you've enjoyed this content, do give me the thumbs up wherever you are, or a like, and do follow along. If you're on my YouTube channel, please do subscribe. And if you're watching me on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, then do feel free to follow me there as well. Okay, thanks very much for joining me. Thank you, Catherine and Ria, for joining me live today. And I will see you all very soon.